Good morning. I don't have a whole lot planned for this morning. I am going to run to the gym and then I got to go to the Walmart. I'm going to look for a frame for my last illustration that I just did. And I also need to stop by the post office to send this in the mail. Let me show you what this is if you're not following my TikTok. My sister wanted to get, this is a chicken nugget supposedly. It's a stuffed animal chicken nugget of a dinosaur. A dino nugget. She wanted it from the TikTok shop and I was like, girl, don't spend your money on that. I can probably get it for the, from the TikTok shop for free. And I did. And I don't think this is exactly the quality she was expecting it to be. And I did a little silly TikTok about it. But yeah, she's still gonna get this in the mail. It's gonna cost me more in shipping to send it to her than what it's probably worth, to be honest. And good morning again, guys. I again was not sure if I was interesting enough to upload anything this week, but I figure, I don't know, I heard another user on YouTube at one point say you always have at least 10 minutes of something to talk about. And I don't know, that kind of stuck with me for some reason, but I might as well just show you some of my works in progress, I guess. So this drawing here in my sketchbook, this is more of just a busybody drawing. I cannot just sit still and not do anything with my hands. So this was just kind of like it's not great. I knew it wasn't great going into it, but it was like, I need something to do with my hands. So we're just gonna throw a bunch of color at it. It's obviously still in an ugly stage. Honestly, don't know if it will ever recover from not being in an ugly stage, but that's why it kind of looks the way that it does. It's stuck. So anyway, I don't know if this will ever make it to the internet, but this is just something because I cannot sit still and not move my hands. It's exactly what that is. And then again, let me just show you some of my daily drawing illustrations that I've completed recently that I kind of enjoy. As I've mentioned before, I am currently doing a draw every day challenge. It's a personal challenge. It doesn't need to be anything exciting, just as long as I'm drawing something. So I've been working a lot on those. And I don't even remember what it is that I've shown before. But there was a couple things in here that I kind of really enjoyed. So I've been kind of on this like line art kick spree. I don't usually do line art when I'm digitally drawing, but just recently I've been kind of interested in just doing lines. I just want to do lots and lots of lines. So that's what I've been doing here, some line art. So I actually really kind of enjoyed these drawings where I did a bunch of jean shorts. I don't know, that just seemed kind of fun to me. And again, it's just the construction of them kind of appealed to me. So I thought those both came out pretty cute. I've also been interested in horses again recently. I came across another artist online who did horses and two artists online. I don't remember what their names are, but they had just interesting shapes for their horses and I was just impressed. And I too wanted to do some horses. So I have this one as well. I kind of like his little sleepy, droopy face. And then this one's anatomy is a little bit wonky, but I like the idea of it. I kind of like the sketchy idea of it. And then I have at one point, I did an illustration where I did a horse with braids, and I'm thinking about maybe I need to redo it for my current skill level, because this was an old illustration from like 4 years ago. So I'm thinking about redoing it, doing a more modern version. Of course, I've got some more pumpkins, just simple pumpkins. Again, for that Halloween season that's about to slam into us real hard, even though it's 100 degrees out. And then this one was an accidental pleasant surprise for me. I've been wanting to do snake illustrations, and that's not really a new idea. I've attempted snakes before in the past because, again, I've seen other artists. I just feel like snakes would be like a fun watercolor experiment. They seem like they can come in funky colors. And it just seems like they'd be interesting. Snakes and octopuses. Octopuses. Both of those seem like they'd be fun, just watercolor experiences to try. So I've been attempting to do snakes again. So I did this guy. And I thought at first I was just going to do like a thumbnail that I could transfer over and then paint in traditional media. And then I think I just decided I'm just going to keep him digital because I kind of like the way he looks in digital, but it's still kind of sketchy, thumbnail-y. It doesn't look like it's super polished, but there's an idea there. My issue is that snakes, for being just like tubed creatures, they're not just tubed creatures. They actually have particular anatomy, and I'm having a hard time getting my brain to wrap around. Like, I understand physically what the shape is they're not just circular, they're actually more triangular. Like, I can visually see the differences, but I'm having a hard time getting my brain to my hands to get that to look like it's a finished creature. So just something to work on in the future. But for being just a sketchy kind of guy, I kind of like that illustration. I'm also really enjoying the mirror function here in Procreate, because that's what that is. I did his face in the mirror. I've been doing that a lot recently, and it's just really fun to play with. I'd never used that mirror tool before. I know that it existed. I just never personally tried it. And in all of my years of drawing, whenever I've done like a front face, I've just had to really, really, really work hard at it. And it is hard to get two faces to look, or two sides of the face to look equal. So that I feel like it's cheating a little bit, but it's also just fun when you're in a sketchy mood. Before I did that one though, I did this guy, and I think he's kind of cute. I kind of like his silly little smooshy storybook body, and I don't think that there's really enough here to create a fully fleshed out image, but this is almost to the point where I kind of like his droopy personality enough to where I may want to transfer that over to do some sort of watercolor illustration. It just doesn't look finished. I have a hard time with like tree branches. Like, what do you do with them? You can't just be floating in the air there. But as a sketch himself, he's pretty cute. And lastly, I've done some other sketches and drawings and stuff, but nothing terribly thrilling that I'm really happy with. But I do kind of like this idea of these cute little goose ducks something. So I've been binge watching Bridgerton, finally. I think I've given up on that program, to be honest with you. I got to like the first episode of the third season. I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. However, I like the pastel looks. I like how colorful everything is. And I actually thought that this potentially might be like a cute idea in my one watercolory sketchbook that I have going on. Like, again, if I just have like these figures and then again everything is like pink, I just think it would look kind of like whimsical and storybook-like. You know, I kind of like that. I think it's kind of a cute idea. Well, I just got finished walking my dog and I got a package in the mail that I wasn't expecting. Well, I mean, I was expecting it. I just wasn't expecting it today. And I think I'll show you guys what this is in my next video. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and end this vlog right here. And I will see you guys again for the unpackaging of this thing probably next week. You guys have a happy holiday weekend if you are celebrating. And I'll see you guys again in the future. Bye-bye.